I am finally getting around to doing my last look with my Fantasy Cosmetica Sorcerer palette, and so that's what this is. You've probably already seen 2 looks in this video. I hope I did an intro. I hope I did a lot of things. I'm not sure. It's been a couple of weeks. I was sick most of the end of October, so yeah. I have some catching up to do as far as videoing is going. So we're going to go ahead and do a look. Of course, it'll be sped through. I'll come back at the end and tell you what I used. So let me decide what I'm doing and we'll get started. Okay, so here we have the finished look. What I did is I went in with the shade Wild Magic, and I don't know, it wasn't behaving very well today. I don't know if you saw it on camera or not, but it was very patchy, and so I kind of like wonder, like my skin's kind of dry because of like the cooler weather and that kind of stuff. So I kind of wonder if that's not why, but it was patchy, which was fine. I just spent a little more time than I usually would building it up and getting it working and stuff. And then I put Illusion on the bottom lash line, which is kind of like this darker, like multi-chrome. And then I went in with Polymorph on the lid, and then Arcane on the inner corner. So I'm gonna put those there for you. Build Arcane up. Now these ones do kind of stain, so I would keep that in mind. I don't have that issue really with any of the other palettes except for this one specifically. All of the shades in this one stain, and so I probably was not thinking with my full brain when I just put these on my beer lid without a base. But there you see that. So this one, which is Illusion, is kind of, again, darker teal blue, purple, indigo, multi-chrome. This one, Polymorph, is like a light green to periwinkle with pink and some purple. And then Arcane is a pink with kind of like this blue purple shift to it. That's kind of like a silvery blue purple. If you can like see that. I know some people don't like hand swatches. I have seen that in comments on other videos, like not my own videos, but other people's videos. But for videos like this, hand swatches work the best to show you. And I know their point is like, you can't see the color and probably even the back of the hand. But it shows the shift so much better without me having to put in extra effort. And I'm nothing if not lazy. So yeah, you can see that stains. And it's really polymorph is the worst, which for it being so light is weird. But, you know, it is what it is. And anyway, for the rest of my face, I am trying again to use up my single highlighters. So it's just those swirled together on the face. And then my lips, and then of course, this is the mascara I'm using right now. My lips, I put down Witch's Brew from Fantasy Cosmetica. It's this really light purple. Because I was looking for my KVD liquid lipstick in Aisha, but I can't find it. So I worked with something else. But I didn't like how pale the color was. So I did add some of this lip pencil. This is from You Say Beauty, which they're out of business. I don't know the name of this, and I'm not going to look it up, but it was the pinky mauve one. And then over the top of it, and I kind of just put that on the outer edge and then like blended it in by mushing my lips together. And then I put way too much of this Inslee Rain or Shine color compatible lip gloss in the shade Illusion, which is kind of this like iridescent multi-chrome lip gloss situation. It kind of has some glittery shift to it. It added a little more blue back to my lips. And again, I put way too much on because it's like gooping around. I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyway, yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you liked this. And I'll see you in the next portion of the video. Bye. Hi, hello everyone, and welcome. And today I am doing this portion of the video. I'm doing another look with the Sorcerer palette. I filmed 3 of these already, but I accidentally deleted or lost somehow. The first 2 of them are gone. So, I'm sure the language I used in the When You're Seeing This, I said it was like my last look with this palette. It very much was not. Well, in this video, it's not going to be. It's going to be the first one, I think. Because the others they're gone. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not sure what kind of look I want to do. I'm thinking about maybe playing around with this darker pink, Unleashed. But we're gonna see what happens. with the finished look. I finished up with this Lash Princess Essence mascara. I can't find the lipstick I used. I have several Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's Pillow Talk. I think it's this one. Honestly, I love Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, but all of the nude ones kind of look the same. At least on me. And then I put Fussy from Fenty on top of it. This lip gloss balm thing. And highlight is, of course, my project painting unofficial thing I'm doing with these broken ones. And then on my eyeballs. So, I kind of didn't do anything that I thought I was doing when I set out on this endeavor, but that's because I put the pink on. I used this Hot Pink Unleashed and realized I didn't like it. I'm not a pink person. So I attempted the pink. But I ended up with kind of purple. I used Empower to kind of darken up the outer lash line. I was just kind of trying to define more of a wing, like that shape on the edge. And then, you know, of course, I spent some time building up and blending out. And then I went in with Wild Magic, this blue, this kind of periwinkle blue situation, and made it purple. And then that's what I put on my lower lash line. And of course, I just spent some time like blending out the mattes. I don't normally take that much time blending mattes out. But I did this time because I wanted to. And then I didn't know what color I wanted to put on my lid, so I kind of like used a brush with Illusion on the outer corner because I knew I could cover it up easy if I put it with a brush first. And I liked the color, I liked the way it played with the pink, kind of like the pinky purple situation I had made. And so I went ahead and packed that all over the lid, like probably the outer 3/4 of my lid. And Illusion is this kind of duo multi-chrome with green and dark blue and indigo and a little bit of purple. It's very pretty. And then I used Arcane, this kind of purple pink gold situation. It's also kind of like a multi, but also a duo. And I put that all in the inner corner and then all over the lid. And kind of like up over where I had put Illusion. So we have those. And then before I put on Empower, is that the name of that shimmer? No, Arcane, the pink shimmer. I did go back in with a, well, it wasn't a clean brush. It was the brushes I had used to blend out. So I did the one I used the pinks with first, and then the fluffier brush that I put some blue on and then just kind of like blended out with this one to kind of mesh Illusion back in with what I had done in the crease. And then I put Arcane like all over the lid. And then for an inner corner, I did go back in with this shade. I think this is Bubbles. This is the single shadow from, well, I don't know if it's a shadow. Yeah, Bubbles from Cleona Cosmetics. I think this was in their Dragon Fruit palette. It's sold as a single. All of their Dragon Fruit palette colors are sold as singles, for anyone who wants to know. But yeah, I put that on the inner corner and then kind of along the lower lash line before I put on mascara. And yeah, that's the finished look. It's cute. I actually really love this palette. The more I have used it, the more I love the colors that you can create. It's very, like, if anyone else played with Bratz dolls, it reminds me of Bratz dolls. I was a Bratz doll girl, not a Barbie girl, so, like, it's very kind of nostalgic, but, like, the bright pinks and, like, the powdery blues and all the purple and, like, green and kind of, like, I don't know, like Disney Aladdin vibes. I love it. But yeah, that's this look. I will probably see you in the next one then. Bye. Hi everybody, and welcome to this other look in the video. This is I think it's the third look. I filmed, we're of course doing a look with this palette, the Sorcerer from Fantasy Cosmetica. I have filmed several videos, but my phone keeps deleting them, so I'm not even sure with this palette how many I have. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and make sure I have at least 3. I might do 2 though. So this is the second one I have filmed in the last 3 or 4 days. I think I filmed one a couple of days ago. And I'm not sure how many of the other ones I will get to work. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is like the first look, the second, the third, how this is gonna shake out. I'm gonna try to start putting the video together and editing it later today to see. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I really am trying to do a look, each of the 3 looks I do in these videos with these Fantasy Cosmetica palettes. Since there's only 9 pans, I really am trying to use every single shade in the video on my eyes. But since I'm not even sure what looks I've done will be in the finished video yet, for sure, I'm kind of at a loss of what to use. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it at this point. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Of course, I will be fast forwarding through the look part of the video, so we're gonna go ahead and get that started. Okay, so here is our finished look. I started with this blue shade, Wild Magic, of course, and like kind of buffed it into the crease and the outer portion of the lid, kind of, you know, built up more of a, I don't know, oval shape on the edge. And then I went in with Innate to kind of make it more purple there, of course, on the outer portion. I built it up, I put it along the blank spot on the very lower lid. right next to the lash line, of course. And then I kind of spent some time just blending them all together. Blending the blue with this pink, and then I used more on a fluffy brush to kind of, you know, just keep doing the same thing. And then on the lower lash line, I put Chaos, which is a blue-brown duochrome with a lot of like glitter particles and stuff in it. And then all over the lid, I put Arcane, which is this very beautiful pink, blue, purple, iridescent, shimmery shade. It's a very beautiful shade. Here, I'll swatch it in my hand for you. So, all right, so there we have Arcane, and here is Chaos. So, yeah, you kind of get an idea of what those two look like. But yeah, so nothing too extravagant other than these shades blend together so well. And I've used several other palettes recently that I cannot say the same thing for. Like, the match just are not it. And so I am once again impressed, but also just impressed with what a pretty shade the blue and pink made together. Like, it's super purple and I love it. Like, this palette, I was really intimidated by it to start with because of how much pink and red is in it. But it mixed with this blue, it makes them purple. Like, they're just purple, and I love it. I love how purple this palette pulls on the eyes. I mean, I'm sure you can make it pink, but I've done, I think, one pink look, maybe two with it. And I'm just not a pink person. But if you are, you can make it pink if that is something that's important to you. It isn't to me. But, you know, it is what it is. And then to finish up my face, I used my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 100. This is the lightest shade they have, I believe. Or it was the lightest at the time I got it. I am generally very light, neutral, or cool toned. Which, for most brands, that's like the lightest shade. Sometimes it's too light for me. And you gotta add some stuff. But most of the time it works for me. And then I used my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter in Moon Metal, and I used a fluffy brush and just kind of brushed it all over my face. This is a very, very subtle highlighter. I wouldn't even call this a highlighter. This is more like a pearl finished finishing powder. Like, I use this more like you would use a pressed powder most of the time. So I just kind of wanted to add some glow back to my skin because the Fenty foundation is very mattifying, matte looking, and I don't like that look for myself. And then I used my Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten. She looks like this, and put that on the high points of my cheeks and my nose and my lips. And I used a really small brush, this one, to do that with. Of course, I used my Essence Lash Princess mascara. That's the one I'm trying to use up at the moment. And then as far as lips go, this is a KVD one. Oh, here it is. I think it's this one in LUV. They don't make these anymore, I don't think. At least not this. This one's soup's old. Soup's old. I think I have 3 of these left. I had several of these. But I got them years and years ago when Kat Von D actually owned the brand, like a million years ago. Oh, and the inner corner of my eyes, I forgot. I did use one of my single eyeshadows. I keep these ones, it doesn't have a name on it, so I don't know what brand these are from. I want to say these are the ones I depotted, maybe from the Terra Moons palette. They had a palette, but if so, I don't know where the other shades, I thought there were some pink shades in that palette. And I also think Terra Moon puts their names on it. So I don't know for sure what brand this is from, but it's this light iridescent multi-chrome color. It kind of has like blue teal shift to it, and then just kind of a translucent base. And I wanted something on the inner corner to kind of finish the look out. Which, in all honesty, it's very similar on the eye to the shade that was already on the lid, Arcane. So, like, I don't know why I didn't just use Arcane. But yeah, anyway, that's the finished look. I might add some lip gloss later today to my lips just because I don't like a full matte looking lip. At the moment, that's not something I'm going for, but if I do, it'll be like one of my Fenty glosses, probably in Fussy because it's what's on my table in front of me. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look. I think this isn't my favorite look I've done with this palette, but it is up there. I really do like this. I think if I had done something different on the bottom lash line, I might like it more, but I really like how that kind of red-brown adds something different, you know. But yeah, I think we're done with this look. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, hi, and welcome to this portion of the video. I actually filmed this already, but my phone is being weird and deleted a lot of my footage from previous things. So here we have the Fantasy Cosmetica Sorcerer palette. It looks like this on the inside. This is a 9-pan palette. It retails for around $40, I think. It's between $35 and $40. I'm not exactly sure. USD. And it has a lot of pinks. It has some greens. It has this periwinkle blue, this darker blue-brown duochrome shade. And we're going to go ahead and get started on the swatches. So we're going to start with the shimmers first. We're going to do this first pink, which is Firestorm. It is super, like, wet feeling. Like, it feels kind of like a Super Shock formula, like from ColourPop. I know a lot of brands have a formula like that, but ColourPop is kind of like the one most known. And this is just a hot pink with purple and lighter pink shimmer through it, and it has kind of a lighter pink shift as well. And then we have Arcane, which is a lighter pink base, but it has a lot of purple and teal and blue glitter through it, and kind of like an electric sky blue shift to it. And then we have Polymorph, which is very teal green with a purple and blue shift and a lot of pink and purple and gold glitter in it. So there we have those three. Wipe my fingers off. And then we have Chaos, which of course is a brown blue duochrome, so it kind of has like a reddish brown base and a darker steely blue shift to it. It's very pretty. It has some silver glitter in it as well. And then we have Illusion, which is the most beautiful shade in this palette, and it's a little drier feeling in the pan. And it is this beautiful teal and blue duochrome. It is so beautiful. It has a lot of silver and purple glitter in it, and then it has that kind of darker teal base with a more greenish teal flip to it. Very, very stunning. And then next we have our mattes. We're going to start with Innate, which is kind of a peachy pink. Wild Magic, which is this beautiful periwinkle soft blue, and these mattes are absolutely stunning. And then we have Unleashed, which is this hot magenta pink. And then lastly we have Empower, which is this kind of plum shade that leans really kind of warmish. It's like a plum berry shade. But there we go. We have all of the shades in this palette. It is very pink, but honestly, with the addition of the shimmers that are here and this blue, it can go very purple very easily. I think almost every look I have done with it has leaned very purple heavy if I didn't go straight just with the blues and then these two greens. And even these two greens kind of have some purple to them. And then, of course, this Wild Magic shade is very periwinkle, so it kind of has a lot of purple-ness to it. But yeah, I'm going to start turning off the lights so we can kind of see those shimmers a little bit better. And I already have swatches filmed of them outside, so I will put that in right after we're done with this portion. So, yeah. There we go. Kind of see some of those shifts. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do an outro for this as well. I just filmed the swatches, and of course I filmed this look. I was, this morning I was editing it. It's in this video. And all three looks I have are actually very similar. But anyway, yeah, as far as the Sorcerer palette, I really like this palette a lot more than I thought I would. I actually think from the three, this one might be the one I've used, the one that I have liked using the most because of how versatile it is, but also how bright and punchy. And like, that's kind of what I've been going for more recently, which is weird because it's fall time. But yeah, I don't know, I really have just enjoyed using this palette. I've enjoyed all the looks I've done. I think they're all very, like, beautiful. I think I mentioned at one point, I'm not sure if it's in any of the video footage that is so far in this video, but that it kind of reminds me of, like, the color story and the theming of, like, Bratz dolls from, like, the early aughties. And I was a Bratz girl, not a Barbie girl. Very much was a Bratz girl. Hey, you were knocking stuff off. Hey, get down. Get down. Thank you. Sorry, kittens. There. Kittens are something beautiful. Hey, it's okay. But anyway, it reminds me, like, of the color scheme of Brat dolls. And kind of like Disney's Aladdin. It's just this very bright, beautiful color story that still leans more muted and like mid-tone. Like, it's not pastel, it's not neons, but it's still like bright and colorful and beautiful. And then again, it leans very purple. You can do a lot of purple things with this, and purple and teal are two of my very favorite colors, and the fact that that is basically everything you can do with this palette pleases me to no end. So yeah, I really like this palette a lot. I haven't used the shade Firestorm, but I think I've used it one time, and it is a shade that I would personally like to replace in this palette. Like, I don't like it very much. I don't think it's bad. It's just not a color I'm using or see myself using. But other than that, yeah, that's this video. I don't really have much else to say other than if this is a color story that you're interested in and you think that you would use this could add something to your collection, I do recommend it. The mattes in this blend so freaking good. So freaking good. Honestly, there isn't a dud in this palette. All of the shades are super beautiful, blendable. They blend together well. They blend by themselves well. The shimmers can, especially these two more iridescent shimmers, can change the color underneath them to, you know, help it lean more purple or green. It's just a beautiful palette. I've loved working with it. I've loved doing looks with it. I've loved being able to use it more, especially since I had to film more looks with it. I've really liked doing that over the past week or so. It's a great palette. It's a great palette. And for a 9 pan, it's very versatile. I keep doing the same look over and over again, but that's just because that's what I like. But I think you could do something very wearable with this if you wanted. I think it would be a little challenging, but if you used like Innate and Chaos, I think with those two together you could get something fairly neutral-ish, neutral leaning. But for the most part, this is a bright palette. This is a colorful palette. This is a statement palette. But I think it's something that could add a lot of value to your collection if you're looking for like something bright and colorful. I think these shades, as well as they work together, could work well with other matte formulas, with other shimmer formulas. I just really like it. I do recommend it. I have really liked using it. Yeah, this lived up to my expectations and more. I really didn't expect to like this palette as much as I do. And especially like these pink shades where I didn't think I would get any use out of those at all. I do. I have been getting use out of them. The two matte shades especially, like I blend them with this blue to make purple every time I use this palette almost. Like without those two shades, I wouldn't enjoy this palette as much as I do. So, you know, that is a caveat of, you know, I might not like pink as much as I know other people do, but it does come in handy, especially when they're a formula that does blend with other mattes very well. Yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts on this palette. That's this whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any tips or preferences of how you think I can do these videos better, I am all ears as long as you are polite about it. I don't take criticism the best depending on the day of the week. You know, it changes. Sometimes I have a tougher skin than other times. It's a roller coaster. But I am interested in doing this because these videos are helpful for me. These are the kind of videos I want to watch myself, especially if I'm interested in a palette. I don't really care about the stuff that's new. I like biding my time a lot of the time to pick up a palette, waiting to see reviews and other people's thoughts on the formula. And I tend to make better purchasing decisions when I do that. And I kind of want to do that myself. Like, you know, I want to make the kind of videos I myself want to watch. And I like a more in-depth look at specific palettes. You know, not everybody does, but I know swatching outside in the natural sunlight is something I like myself, so I'm trying to do that more when I can. It's been hard because the weather doesn't always cooperate for that, right? But yeah, if you like this, again, let me know what you liked about it. Let me know what you didn't like about it. Let me know what you think I can do better in the future. Of course, again, you can be critical and be kind at the same time. And I'll see you in the next video.